Happy Saturday, what's happening? Ryan Murphy checking in. Hope everybody had a fantastic week. Got good plans for the weekend. We got beautiful weather out here in San Antonio, Texas. A little selfish plug. I love Massachusetts. I miss my family, but God, I don't miss the winter. I just had an opportunity. So we're moving today, and again, like the whole fitness thing to me is an essential part of my confidence, an essential part of my ability to perform at my job, to be high energy, to be motivated, and really without it, I don't know where I'd be or what I'd be. You know, part of feeling good about yourself is looking good with your shirt off. At least that's how I feel. You could call that chauvinistic, or you could call that, what would be the better word? Narcissism, whatever you want to call it. It's true. Like, that's how I feel. So how easy is it? I just had a 30-minute yoga session that I put on by touching my finger onto my phone, opening up an app, and ripping it. One of the things that I've talked about with people that I think is huge and crucial is being able to activate your transverse abdominals. So that would be this area right here, right? So like belly button, boom. Transverse abdominals are going to be actually the layer underneath 2 fingers below your abs. So there's the abs and then there's transverse abdominals. That holds the key to a lot of your athletic potential. And also, if you've got low back pain, that's probably what's happening. You're probably so used to being hunched over sitting all day that your hip flexors, boom, hip flexors right here, get short and tight, right? Your glutes then become dormant. They're not actually activating or firing. Hip flexors and glutes are equal and opposite. So hip flexor, glute, boom. And then also, when this starts to happen, we get these rounded forward shoulders. You get really tight tissue here in your neck. The body's an entire system. So yoga, if you're an athlete, if you're somebody that's just trying to be healthy, a weekend warrior, whatever, yoga is hugely important. Very much neglected because we're, a lot of times for guys, because we're like, oh man, I don't need yoga, you know, yoga's for, well, guess what? If you do it right, yoga is actually a lot more difficult in some ways than getting underneath a 350-pound squat, because it's going to really challenge your ability to maintain quality posture through movement. And what you're going to find is you're going to have hip mobility constraints, so like internal and external, okay? I'm going to set this down real quick back here so I can have a little bit more freedom to show you what I'm talking about. But so like if you're a pitcher, for instance, right? And we're talking about we want to speed up this arm. Well, it's not really the arm as much as it is the ability to coil around this back hip, load it up, and then unload it. So external rotation, internal rotation, and then your hand is just going to be attached, right? Like this is just a sequence and a function, my hand, of what do my hips do, right? And so if I've got limited range of motion, my hips don't open up. Even if I throw hard, I'm putting myself at major risk for injury because the big motor unit in the middle of the body isn't really doing what it's supposed to do. So I feel like if you're not paying attention to hip mobility, to yoga, to the ability to move with quality posture through things, like for instance, if you're a guy in Texas who's playing 130 baseball games a year and you're not doing yoga or core work every day, that's a major, major red flag. Because what's going to happen is this: baseball is one-sided, so I'm left-handed. Over the course of time, what happens is one shoulder, one scap gets elevated. Same thing with your hip. Now you're walking around with a body imbalance, and it's just going to make you more susceptible to injury. Take it from somebody who didn't do a good job of opening up their hips over the course of their life. I got a nice little scar on my right knee to show off my ACL and LCL tear. That was not fun. I never want to go back there again. And I didn't realize how important some of this other stuff, like soft tissue work with a foam roller. We've got a bunch of different types, but this is just a PVC pipe with some tape on it. That's the ninja shit. That's like the next level. That's like the pain, the owie. But it's affordable. You can go get it at Lowe's, Home Depot. Or you can just use a softball, whatever. But soft tissue, hip mobility, core strength, they're all key to moving better, feeling better. And I hope that was helpful. If anybody has any questions or any other tips to share regarding activation of those transverse abdominis muscles or hip mobility, I'd love to hear about it. If you like this, if you find this valuable, I'd appreciate you sharing. That'd be great. Thank you, everybody. Have a great day, and God bless.